Michelle here. Welcome back to my channel. I know, again, I disappeared for another week. I was doing my Halloween series, my 7 Deadly Glam Halloween series, and I loved it. It was honestly one of the best ideas I've ever had. I've actually had that idea for a while now, since last year, but I don't know why. I just never got the time to do it or anything. I just wasn't as dedicated last year. Now, unfortunately, I will not be continuing my 7 Deadly Glam Sin series because of personal reasons, which I wanted to get into. This is going to be a pretty long intro, so if you don't want to hear me blabbing, I'll just put the time somewhere here as to when I start doing my makeup. Before I get into my personal reasons, this makeup look was actually inspired by a picture that I saw of Ashley Graham on Instagram. If you don't know who she is, she's a super famous plus size model. She's absolutely beautiful. I look up to her so much and I'm just obsessed with her. When I saw this look, I was like, I gotta do it. That's that on this look. Going back to the reasons why I will not be continuing on with my Halloween tutorials is because of, like I said, personal reasons. Unfortunately, it did get really stressful for me. It started to kind of, I always like to put my makeup first, but since I did decide to not work anymore in these past couple of months, just work on my channel, I did kind of forgot about like real adult things. So I had to worry about other ways of making money because obviously YouTube isn't paying all the bills. Obviously that plus Halloween tutorials can be expensive, and I didn't want to continue doing the Halloween looks in the series if I was going to, put in better words, half-ass it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like to put content out that I don't feel 100% satisfied with, and I don't want to just kind of half-ass it. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it all the way. I'm extremely sad about it, but you know, my mental health and my well-being is important. I did stress out on it a lot. I did stress out on one look for about a whole day and a half. Like, I worked on a look and taking off my makeup like a good 5 times, like on and off. I'm practicing, and then I came the next day and I did it again, but it just wasn't working, and it was really affecting my everyday way of thinking, and I was just really stressed, and I honestly had other things to worry about in my life other than makeup. So I did have to close the chapter on that one, and I've also been struggling with other personal things as well, so I kind of needed to take a break from social media, from posting, from YouTube, from Instagram, from everything. I just needed a week to really see what I wanted, do what I really want to do, and kind of organize myself. I reorganized my setup, I cleaned all my brushes, and I just thought it was really good to just kind of start all over and do what's best, do the tutorials that I'm comfortable with for right now. Even though I did really jump out of my comfort zone for these Halloween looks, trust me, they were not easy. The ones that I did get to do were very, very hard. Like, it was definitely a lot of trial and error. I give props to everyone who does Halloween look series and looks every single day. It's extremely tiring and exhausting, and it definitely takes up all of your time. So yeah, that's the story on that. Also guys, if you haven't already, follow me on all of my social medias. I always leave them somewhere up here or linked down below. You guys can see the 7 Deadly Glam Sins that I did. I did 3, 4? I did 3. I did Wrath, Pride, and Envy, and I love those looks. They came out so good, and the ideas that I had for the other ones were so dope. So I think that's kind of what had me a little heartbroken, was the fact that I didn't get to finish and do all of my ideas, all of the ones that I had in my head. So whatever, I'll get over it. I'm really glad I took that week off. It really did help me, like, in my head. I just wanted to be honest with you guys. I hope you can understand. I'm really sorry, and I hope you're not disappointed in me. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I definitely had a lot of fun doing it. I haven't done my makeup or filmed a video in a good while, so it feels really good to be back in front of the camera and filming this look for you guys. It's a little different. It's all shimmers, and I love it. I feel like you can still kind of use this for Halloween. I mean, it's pretty colorful. You can kind of get creative with it, you know. I love saying get creative with it. But yeah, like I said before, make sure to follow me on all my social medias. I will be leaving them linked all below, and also make sure to hit on that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell right next to it. That will notify you every single time that I upload. Again, sorry for missing last week, but I'm back and better and happy to be back. So yeah, especially after doing Halloween looks, you really realize how, not easy, because as easy as makeup tutorials may look on YouTube, I know it looks so easy. Some people really make it look really easy. It really isn't, but after you do Halloween looks, you kind of like are thankful like for going back to regular makeup. Like it's kind of like a whew, it was kind of hard. So without further ado, if you would like to see how I achieved this shimmery makeup look inspired by Ashley Graham, then please keep on watching. So to get started, I'm using my Ulta eyeshadow topper, and this is in Gold Digger, and I'm taking my Morphe M508 brush, and I'm going to highlight my brow bone, and also in the picture she had the highlight all the way further down of her eyebrow, so I'm going to bring that all the way in and out, and then going in with this lightish pink shade from my NYX Lid Lingerie palette. I'm going to basically put that as our transition shade as a base for our other shimmers. This is going to be the only matte shade that we use. And for this step, I used my Morphe M502 brush. And to get the shimmers started, I'm actually going to be using these Morphe Pressed Pigment Shadows, and this is in Gossip Girl. And going in with my Morphe E17 brush, what I'm going to do is put that shadow right on top of where we put our transition shade, just a little lower. And I'm just going to be packing that color on. Since these are pressed pigments, you do have to kind of press them on a little bit, because when you blend them out, then you can't really tell how shimmery they are. So what I like to do is first blend it out and then go ahead and pack on the color one more time right on top. Then to start adding some dimension to our eye, I'm going in with a much darker pressed pigment, and this is in the shade Designer Everything, and it's like this really dark cranberry shade. It's absolutely beautiful. I love these pressed pigments so much. They look stunning on the eye, so any chance I got to use all of them in one eye look, I definitely took it. And what I did with that shade is place that color right on our crease, just a little bit lower than our previous shade, and I went in with my Morphe M506 small brush. Then going in with the next pressed pigment, I'm going in with Make a Statement with my Morphe M503 brush, and what I'm going to do is first press on the color on my outer third of the eye, and then I'm going to slowly start smoking it out. And then also what helped to clean it up and make it look a lot sharper was I just went in with a wipe and just cleaned out on the sides, and it definitely makes a huge difference. It makes it look a lot cleaner and sharper. And since pressed pigments don't obviously blend out as nicely as regular shadows, it helps a lot to just clean it out on the sides and take your time. So then what I did was I went back in with the dark shimmery purple shade, and I'm going to just kind of detail on the rest, make sure everything is blended and combining together. And also making sure that all of these pressed pigments don't just clash together into this big color ball, making sure that they each transition nicely into each other. Then going in with my little small craft brush, I'm going to cut half of my crease with some Tarte Shape Tape. This concealer is my favorite to cut my crease because it is the lightest concealer, oh my goodness, I can't talk, that I have. So putting on the pressed pigment on top of it made it stick out a lot better. So what I'm going to do is set that with some translucent powder. You want to definitely set the concealer before you put on the pressed pigment. And this pressed pigment is in the shade Tragic Fashion. I don't know why it has a tragic on it, because this shade is absolutely stunning. It looks so good on the eye, and it combines so nicely with the other colors as well. So what I'm going to do is just obviously press that on, and you guys are going to see how pigmented and how beautiful it looks on the eye. And for mascara, I'm going in with my Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, and I'm just going to go ahead and coat my lashes, prepping them for falsies. And then I'm just going to line my lash line, no wing or anything, just so we have a place to put on our lashes. And this is the Maybelline Master Precise Metallic Liquid Liner. And for lashes today, I'll be using the House of Lashes Iconics. And then as my lash was drying, as you could see on the side, I just decided to go and really enhance my inner corner with the same eyeshadow topper that we use to highlight our brow bone. And then I'm just going to put on my lashes. I love the House of Lashes glue. It was my first time using it, a definite life changer. And for primer, I just went in with my e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I haven't used this in a really long time, and I don't know why. I actually forgot how good this was. I really like it. It makes my skin feel really soft and gives it a perfect base for my foundation. And then to color correct just a little bit, I'm going in with my Maybelline Master Chrome color correcting pen. You guys know I haven't let this go, and I'm probably never gonna let it go. Unless my under eye circles and hyperpigmentation decide to disappear, then that would be very nice. But until then, it looks like this is sticking for a while. And then for foundation, I'm going in with my L'Oreal Pro Infallible Foundation. This is honestly my go-to foundation forever and my favorite foundation. It's so good. The coverage is perfect. The color matches are perfect. The finish is perfect. Just everything about this foundation is perfect. This foundation literally never fails me. If it's ever one of those days where I'm like, I don't know what foundation to use, I always go back to this one. And you guys know my favorite trick is to go with a little brush and do my forehead last around my eyebrows. I took long enough with these brows. I'm not trying to mess them up with a beauty blender. And then for concealer, nothing really changes, you guys, so I'm gonna kind of speed through this. I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Medium. If you guys have any good recommendations for concealers, please let your girl know. I have really bad under eye circles, so if anybody else has that struggle and has a recommendation for a good concealer that's not Shape Tape, I would like to use something else too. Please let your girl know in the comments or send me a DM, anything you want. And then I just set my under eyes and around my mouth and my forehead with some translucent powder. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm going in with my Bare Minerals foundation powder, and I think this is in Sandalwood, and I'm just going to set the rest of my face and also use that to wipe away my bake. Because my airspun sometimes does leave a little white cast, so going in with some foundation powder does the trick. And then I'm just gonna go in with the darker shades that we used previously, and I'm going to use that to smoke out my lower lash line. And then I went in with some regular black eyeliner and lined up my waterline. Then to give my lower lashes a little pop of color, I went in with the Colossal Big Shot Mascara in the blue shade, the one that was in collaboration with Makeup by Shayla, and I just put that on my lower lash line. You couldn't see it that much, but it was a beautiful little detail that I saw, so I liked it. And then again, guys, same thing. I went in with my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and bronzed out my face, and what brush I used was my Morphe R7 brush. Then I went in with some translucent powder and just cleaned up my contour. And for blush, I did want it to be a little subtle since we did have a lot of colors on our eyes. I just went in with my Tarte Amazonian Clay brush. And then for highlight today, I will be using my Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. And then to finish up the look, I just went in with my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. You know, this is my favorite lip product, and this is in the shade Abu Dhabi. And yeah, guys, that's about it for today's look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I will see you guys next time.
She said she only here for a girl birthday. They order champagne, but still look thirsty. My forever 21, but just turned 13. Turn the plane around, your ass keep complaining. One good girl is worth